Alrighty! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Max Sheriff Dunks, and this channel is literally dedicated to helping people to jump higher, sprint faster, become super athletic, super explosive, really just to become freak athletes. So in this video, I'm going to be taking you through how to sprint faster than anyone you know, full guide. Okay? This is going to be stuff that you've never seen before, and this is going to be stuff that's going to help you to become super athletic. So without further ado, I think we should get into it. First of all, you need to run fast. This is all about the law of specificity. If you want to get better at something, you have to do that thing more often. What would a painter do if they wanted to become better at painting? They would probably spend more time painting. Now, sprinting fast is the best thing you could possibly do if you want to run faster. So check that off. You need to be doing that. Sprint with max velocity 2 to 3 times per week, and you won't regret it. You'll get much faster. Now, in order to get faster, you have to be sprinting at above 95% of your max speed, because otherwise you're not training speed. You're not going to get faster. So the way we do this is we time our sprints, right? So you can actually use your phone in the camera app, and you take a video of your sprint, then you go into the edit mode and you subtract the start time from the end time, and you get your time, then you note it down and try beat it every single time. This way you get max intent. Additionally, you can also race other people to get that max intent, but really the intent is so important, because if you're not pushing the intent, you're not going to get faster. Simple as that. You need to rest a lot in between sets. This also ties into the intent, okay? If you're not resting enough, you're going to be tired and you're not going to be able to run as fast as you possibly can, and that's not going to be conducive to running fast. You also need to warm up well. This is really important. I see so many people just going straight into it, and you don't want to be doing that, because ultimately you're not going to have your best sprint times on the day. Really, sprint training, when you do your speed work, it's all about performance. You want to be going as fast as you possibly can so you can push that adaptation to get faster. The beauty of plyometrics, like max effort sprints as well, is that they self-intensify, meaning that as you get more proficient at the skill of sprinting, the sprints themselves become more and more intense and serve to continue overloading your body and spurring on adaptations. The adaptations make you run faster. So, for example, here we have warm up, then you do 3 40-yard dashes, and you rest 4 minutes in between sets. Perfect. Now, additionally, you need to take control of your volume. Don't do too much. And anything above about 5 seconds of sprinting, then after that, you're working on more speed endurance. So I would suggest that never really, if you're a field athlete, of course, if you're a 100-meter sprinter, you need to work on your full sprints. But if you're just a field athlete, a football player, whatever it is, if you're just trying to get quicker for your sport, never go beyond 60 meters. Next. Okay, so we have a free speed training program in the description. It's a really great program for you, so check that out. Completely free. You don't have to pay anything. And yeah, this speed program will help you. And it's actually one of the things that helped me to drop my 40-yard dash massively. For those of you who don't know, I actually dropped my 40-yard dash from well over 5 seconds, like 5.15 or 5.2 seconds, down to 4.67 seconds. So I have made a massive transformation. I went from someone who wasn't very fast to someone who is considered pretty fast. So there you go. Check that out. I'm sure that if you do that program, you will get faster. And of course, completely free. Next, technique. You must dial in your technique. If you can use these cues that I'm going to give you, your form will look better than 90% of athletes. And having great form is very conducive to sprinting faster. And if you can truly dial in your form, you will definitely sprint faster. And it's one of those things that you can literally change in a day, and from it, you will sprint way faster. So when we look at acceleration, throw your shoulders forward, throw your shoulders out in front of you. This will get your body projecting forward. and that's going to help you to accelerate because you can push behind you. And with the legs, you want to drive your knee down and back in the first 3 steps. This is one of my favorite cues. I use it every single time I sprint, and it helps me so much. And eventually, when you keep doing these cues, it becomes second nature to you, right? And every single time you sprint, you'll have this perfect technique if you can dial that in. So yeah, drive your knee down and back for the first 3 steps. Then after that, you push down, okay? Now for top speed, you want to land under your hips. Too many people overstride, so that means when they land with their foot in front of their hips, and that slows them down because their foot acts as a braking force. You don't want that. That's going to make you slower. So land under your hips. That's going to help you to run faster. That tip helped me a lot, keeping your hips straight. Okay, tuck your glutes in. Too many people, they sort of run like this. They run like this, where their pelvis, where there's like that angle there. You want to be sprinting like this, with your hips straight. Tuck your glutes in, and then from there you can land under your hips really well and drive down. And last of all, you want to stand tall with a straight core. That means you can really apply force downwards and sprint very fast. Next, strength, right. You need to get stronger so that you can increase the amount of force that your body can produce into the ground. This is huge for your early acceleration, right? The strongest athletes are likely the people who can blow off the ground really quickly. And the best sprinters in the world are very strong. You look at people like Noah Lyles, very strong, very proficient in the power clean. All these top sprinters, very good in the weight room. And the way you want to train your strength is compound lifts, right? So compound lifts, absolutely king for getting faster, okay? Absolutely king for athletic development. You want to be doing the squats, deadlifts, calf raises, power cleans, split squats, that kind of thing. That's going to really help you to run faster and just be able to produce lots of force into the ground. Now, in my opinion, the 2 best exercises for getting faster in the weight room are cleans and split squats. Now, split squats are great for getting faster. Lots of people skip out on these. There's not actually many people who do split squats, but they're a great exercise because it trains maximum glute force production in angles specific to sprinting, angles seen in early stance and whenever the glute is fully lengthened. So that's going to really help your acceleration. And yeah, if you do split squats, get really strong on them, you're going to run fast. A great aim for these split squats is 1.5 times your body weight. If you can get to that mark, you'll be sprinting very fast. Additionally, the power clean, great for, power obviously. Rate of force development, super important for acceleration. And all the best sprinters are good at cleans. If you can get good at cleans, you're going to run fast. Next, resisted sprints. Resisted sprints are a very potent tool for increasing your horizontal force production. Now, your horizontal force production is basically the key determinant of your acceleration. It's all about horizontal force and horizontal power. So if we can get better at sled sprints, we can do sled sprints often, you're going to get faster. So what you want to do is start heavier and then work your way down to a lighter weight. For example, start at 50% velocity decrement, that means VDEC, or 50 to 70% body weight, then work down to 25 to 50% body weight, then finally down to 10 to 20% body weight. And from that, when you do that, you'll run faster, and then you can repeat that cycle over and over again and just get faster and faster and faster. So that's going to be really helpful. If you don't have a sled, first of all, I think you should buy a sled, but you can use hill sprints. They're also a very potent tool for increasing your acceleration, and it helps your mechanics as well, hill sprints, because the natural gradient forces you to have good sprint mechanics. So yeah, resisted sprints, really important. And plyometrics. Plyometrics are also very important. Obviously, the best plyometric you can possibly do for increasing general athletic capabilities is sprinting, and we've already gone over that, but broad jumps are a really potent tool for increasing your acceleration. I believe there's a correlation between how big your broad jump is and how proficient you are at acceleration. So a longer broad jump is more conducive to fast acceleration. So if you can get your broad jump better, get a longer broad jump, you're going to sprint faster. And I've been trying to do this and it has worked. My broad jump has increased from about like, I don't even know, like maybe 230 to 275, 280 or something. So yeah, it's improved massively, and my sprint speed has also improved massively from 5.2 seconds in the 40 yard to 4.67 seconds in the 40 yard. And the 40 yard, as we know, is more about acceleration. So that kind of just shows that the broad jump is good for increasing your speed, increasing your acceleration. So get better at the broad jump. At the moment, I'm aiming to get to 300 centimeters or 10 feet, and I think that's a really good number to aim to reach. I'm not there yet, and I'm sure you can aim to get to there one day as well. Triple broad jumps also really good for increasing your horizontal power. Same with the standing triple jump, and then the hurdle jumps are really good. All the best sprinters in the world are very good at hurdle jumps. Hurdle jumps are, this is not like a sprinting hurdle. It's like where you jump and then react, jump again, like almost like a pogo stick. And if you can get good at them, you're going to sprint faster. It's going to improve your reactive strength index, and reactive strength index is a really important metric for speed. And that's it, fellas. So put all this into your training. Work really hard to get faster. Remember to only sprint when you're fresh. Remember to sprint every week, 2 to 3 times per week, and do all this, and from it you'll sprint faster. Remember to check out the training program, completely free, and that should help you to sprint a lot faster. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that, well, I know that you'll run faster if you apply all this. So hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, and comment if you have any questions, or comment just to show some support. Thank you for watching, and thanks, yeah.